What is going on, everybody, and welcome in to episode number 51 of the Pre-Patch Podcast in 2022. Isn't that crazy?
This has been 3 years.
This has been 3 years. No way. We've been doing this for 3 years.
This is 3 years. I mean, like, not full years, but that last one was the second year that we did a Game Awards.
Yeah.
So this has technically been like 3 years.
Yeah, it would have been 2020. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's nuts.
That is crazy. I did not know that.
It's coming on 3 years at least.
It's coming on like a full 3 years, but this is
I
like
think that May, sometime in May, will be 3 years.
That's
nuts.
crazy.
That's nuts. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, it's episode 51, and it's our first podcast of 2022. And we are scrambling like it's our first one ever because we are literally sitting here going like, okay, hold on, what's fucked up? Wait, what's not fucked up? Yeah. So anyway, but welcome in. It wouldn't be our podcast if we didn't scuff something up right off the get-go. So,
for sure.
But hopefully everybody's New Year's went amazing. Hopefully everyone's 2022 is starting off amazing, and we haven't seen you guys since before Christmas. So hopefully your guys' Christmas went amazing. I know I've talked to these 4 bums, well, including myself, I guess, if I'm considering it's 4 of us, but
biggest bum of us all.
Yeah. But hell or high water, man, sickness or health, back issues or not, we were coming in strong. We were coming in hot. So yeah, so it's 2022, man. It's a new year for the Pre-Patch Podcast. We got big shit coming down too, man. We got big plans. Big plans.
Still turning down Joe Rogan. He wants to buy our podcast allegedly.
Yeah. Nah,
I said no, Joe. No, you can't have it.
It's
ours.
They actually asked us to come and on G4, but we said no, fuck no.
Yeah.
So you know, but it is what it is. It's all right. But in any case, welcome in. Woo! You guys ready?
Let's go.
You guys ready? You guys hyped?
We ready. It's been like 4 weeks.
If you are listening to us post show, right? Like you're not able to catch us live because we are doing this live across all of our channels. But if you are listening to us post show, or you need to leave and catch us post show, anchor.fm/prepatch podcast. You can, it's just pre-patch, isn't it? Did I fuck it up?
You got it.
I got it right.
You didn't have to say anything, man. You had it.
I knew it. I fucking had it. Pre-patch podcast. I literally been prepping because I've been fucking like rewriting that like 3 or 4 times in the last couple of days. I was like, I'm gonna nail this, and then I fuck it up. So, a pre-patch podcast. But if you are here live across all our channels, you might notice something a little different, just a little smidge different. Billy the Squid's name, no more underscores. It's just Billy Space G Squid.
You can say he's above that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I realized very quickly that those underscores make it really hard to search unless you're very specific, and so got rid of them. I didn't realize it was that big of an issue until I tried to search myself, and like some weird shit was popping up. So
he tossed that shit out. He's like, get the fuck out. No more underscores.
So underscores are out.
So
spaces are in.
There you go.
You heard it here first.
So Billy the Squid, you can find him on the YouTubes and on the Twitters. Now you're still doing community nights though, right? You still do community nights over on Twitch?
Yeah, community nights, and we're still doing a Twilight Princess run on Twitch. We're gonna do like YouTube's gonna be mainly for the Souls-like content. Keep it pretty narrowed down on there, but anything that I want to do that doesn't fall into that ballpark, I'm gonna use Twitch for that. So I'm still getting use out of my Twitch channel, just not my primary.
Nice. All right. Cool. Well, there you go, guys. So if you are live with this, like I said, we are live across all channels. You can go !show to actually be able to participate in all of the chats if you want. But we engage with you guys. We encourage you guys to be here. We do this 10:30 Eastern every other Thursday across all of our channels. All right.
Plus, you get to interact with us, ask questions and such.
Yeah, we get to yell at you. It's really a lot of yelling. It's a lot of the and such. It's not as much as the interacting as it is much the and. We are guaranteeing you that Enigma or myself will yell at one of you every single time. It's
There
If
you
we're
go.
not yelling at each other, we got to find somebody to yell at.
It's promised. So, but yeah, so we got a chock full show. There's a lot to go through because we're covering such a long period of time. Yeah, we're gonna jump right into it. So Twitch, we always talk about Twitch news. Twitch is not as, even though it was the holiday break, they still delivered. So
It's our present. That's what it is.
there's two things that have come up with Twitch recently. One of which is a direct response because of Facebook and because of YouTube and their streaming platforms and what they're doing. But it basically is the new payout. I don't know if you guys got the emails that went out, kind of alerting to this. But it was basically it started with a thread poll. Kind of put your vote on, on this, put your name on this vote, for new payouts to basically say, hey, we're really fucking tired of this, the way the payout structures are working, and people need better payouts. Twitch responded with, okay, hey, we'll take a look at it, but we really think that, payouts are right where they need to be because you also get ad roll and you get all of these other things. And, you can, all you have to do is just roll pre-roll ads and mid-roll ads and ending ads and all of this stuff. And it's great.
All the stuff to make us more money.
Yeah, right. Like,
Yeah.
Those other platforms, they don't have bits, kind of shit. But essentially, the concept and what they're looking at now is instead of actually increasing the payout, they are lowering the amount that it costs to get paid out is what they're looking at.
So what is gonna be like 50 instead of 100?
So actually right now, I don't know if any of you guys actually know, it's actually 150.
That's what I figured. Yeah,
to get
Wait,
paid
what?
out.
No, because it was 100. Did they raise it?
it was. I think they raised it like 3 years after affiliates came out, and then
Yeah, it's actually more. It's 100. It's 150 to get it to get payout, and then they're talking about lowering it to 100.
So no,
It's always
I
been
don't.
100.
I thought
It's
it's been
100%
100.
always been 100. Yeah.
Yeah, because
It's-
I've had payouts that are 113,
Go
114.
look at the email. If I'm telling you right now, if you go look at the email that was sent out from Twitch, inside of there, it's 150. It
That's
says
gotta be wrong because when I signed the agreement,
150.
I even read it
No,
being
I'm
100.
not. It was 100 at some point in time, but I am telling you that
Yeah.
from that email, well, the only thing I can come to a conclusion is that they raised it at some point. That it's 150.
Bish, I just got a payout like last month and it was $112.
I don't know. Oh, I'm just going off the email.
Fishy. So no, and that means that they're gonna keep it at 100 where it's been, but they're saying that it was at 150.
Sure.
I don't know. Something's up with that.
they're doing that pre-sale sales boot or whatever the boost that places do where they're like, hey, normally this is 100, but we're
Yeah.
giving it to you for $50, but it's still 50.
Still the
You know,
same.
they're just boosting the fucking regular price of it to 150.
Yep. So I don't know. So that's one thing. So are we, like, the reality of it is they should just give better payouts. Like, they are making money hand over foot. they really should give better payouts. It's ridiculous. And the crazy thing that started about that like had all of this going was affiliates were pissed because they're like, it's not even affiliates that start, like, affiliates have kept quiet. It's the big guys that are like, we need more money, which I get, but at the same time, I'm like, you guys are already getting better payout, better cuts. Like, the affiliates get, like, we essentially get dicked on, like, 100%.
It's still
So,
a 50-50 split, right?
yeah, it's still 50-50 split. So, I don't know. So that's going on. The other side of it is just recently happened because of the new Twitch meta. Have you guys seen the new Twitch meta?
Yep.
Master Chef meta?
The Master Chef meta.
Oh god.
So the meta.
Why can't it be like Gordon Ramsay meta, man? I would support that. The Gordon Ramsay fucking Hell's Kitchen meta.
What, just everybody yelling at everybody else and telling them they're fucking
Yeah,
stupid?
I mean
Shit.
that's essentially what our podcast is. So I mean we would fit right in.
Yeah, you know what? I'm down. Sure, let's do it. All right, Twitch, let's pilot that. We're gonna just go around calling everybody fucking assholes the entire time. That's the only way that we can do it.
Idiot sandwich.
Yeah. No, so the Pokimane, small streamer, not very big. She's still on the up and coming. She's trying to get her feet wet in
I
this
think I heard the name
industry. Yeah, she's not that
Yeah.
big, but she's
Also, another small guy by the name of Hassan.
yeah, Hassan.
Yeah.
Well, I know Pokimane. Did Hassan get DMCA'd? Did he get banned?
Yeah, he did.
He got banned too.
They both got struck and banned. Yeah.
So they got banned because they watched full-fledged movies and TV shows that are
shows
that are not in the watch party on Twitch. And they got banned for it. The controversy that comes in here is that just a few months ago, Pokimane and Hassan both were like defending DMCA. They were like, well, there's certain things that just not, you shouldn't stream just because it's not your right, and blah 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 blah. And then they do this and they get banned. Now they come back and they're like, well, it's not fair that other people are using my content to do react videos and making money off of it. Why should I not be able to watch other videos and make money off of it?
That was my favorite part.
Also,
of it
fuck you guys who are snitching.
That was just my favorite part of it, was the legendary bad take of, well, people were doing it to me, so I should be able to do it to them.
Yeah.
Right.
What a wonderful, wonderful take. And so on top,
Gordon Ramsay tweeted about it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's a whole bunch of people that tweeted it blew up. Like, not just Ramsay, but like we had fellow big content creators chiming in, and I stand with them. They're like, you know what? To be 100% honest, if you want to do reaction videos, if you want to do all this shit, go on YouTube. Do that shit on YouTube. Do that over there. Like Twitch is not like. And though I disagree with the statement of saying that Twitch is not a place for it, what I do agree with is the fact of saying, look, like I'm not here to make a reaction video. I'm not here to be in the just chatting section to have my cam up and react to other streamers doing shit. I play games, I stream games, and I'm talking about Tally. Tally specifically was one of the ones that I really was like on board with, because he's like, look, man, I've been doing this. I was one of the very first partners ever to have, be on Twitch, all of this kind of stuff. And I worked my ass off by playing games and, teaching and doing content that is around the gaming metaverse or gaming verse. And you are now in here doing this stuff, and it's just a bunch of bullshit. And you're pissed off because you got banned because you're breaking the rules that are the rules that you're not supposed to break, but you did it anyway, and are expecting people to, feel sorry for you. Like, it's just, I don't know.
This is one that I
Pokimane hasn't been playing the sympathy card. She was like, yeah, I knew what I was doing was wrong. It was expected.
Well,
this is one that I love on Twitch. This is a case of the same type of shit. And this person tweeted out, I won't name them, but their tweet saying, got banned for watching Forged in Fire on stream. I have COVID and don't feel well enough to entertain. Twitch does absolutely nothing for sick days off or time off. I have a $4,000 vet bill to pay. And when I pick up River, I'm so upset right now. I just want to cry in a ball. And they're expecting to be paid for breaking the rules, essentially.
God.
It's like normal jobs barely any jobs don't pay you for time off, sick days off, and you're expecting to be paid for that.
Well,
the rules.
The flip side of that, right, is the fact that yes, while Twitch doesn't pay you for sick days, Twitch also isn't necessarily your actual employer. You're a fucking contractor.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Contractors do not have sick leave from the company that they're being contracted.
Bruh. That's the key.
Oh, all of these people.
That is the key right there. 100% is the fact that, guess what? Amazon does not employ you. You are an independent contractor.
Signed a contract.
You are an LLC, homie. It is all on you. If you don't work, you don't get paid. I mean, that's like me going into real estate and being like, well, I have COVID. No one's paying my bills. Like, well, you're not selling houses, bitch. I mean, it just is what it is. Like, so it's interesting. And I disagree. So yes, Pokimane Bill is not playing the sympathy card. That's because I think that she tried to play it. She got backlash for it, so she backed off of it. But if she didn't get the backlash from it, she absolutely would be playing that sympathy card. 100%.
It's likely, but I found it interesting at the very least.
Yeah. So it's that's what's going on. Where, is it going to go anywhere? No, probably not. I mean, they did raise some better questions around like, hey, like, if we pay for Amazon Prime, why can I not watch Amazon Prime movies like on this stuff, right? Like Thursday Night Football, you guys have that. Like, why is this not
Oh, you
allowed?
could.
I thought, yeah, with the watch parties,
It'll,
It
is
has
it
but
select movies?
yes. So it's select movies, select countries.
I thought it was all of them. That's crazy.
Yeah. The thing that I was reading up on that is the size of these channels that are like trying to do that. They are to the point where the companies that own like Avatar: The Last Airbender or Hell's Kitchen or anything like that could see them as like, there's a term for it and I can't remember what it is, but like basically like whenever you would go to a bar like a Buffalo Wild Wings to
competing
watch a
broadcasters.
a broadcaster, yeah, that's what they would end up being. And since they did not
That's-
pay a fee for that broadcasting license, it could very easily, if they wanted to, go into lawsuit territory where, yeah, you just distributed this for free to thousands of people without a broadcaster's license. Well, time for you to pay that bill.
Well, realistically, and I know this is crazy. I'm actually going to side on Twitch's thing. I don't even think Twitch should pay for this. Like, guess what?
No,
I think
it's not on Twitch.
I think they should actually open up a license to say, hey, guess what? Here's a thing. If you want to, just like you said, you brought up a very good point, Bill. You go to a bar. I used to sell, TV, internet, and all this other kind of stuff to businesses and bars and establishments. We had plans that literally were like, hey, it's going to cost you $3,000, to have the NFL for this year, and it's not the NFL package, but it's like the ability to basically not
Distribute
get
it.
taken out. Yeah, distribute it, to
Yeah.
not be fucking sued by the NFL. Do you want to pay that? And if the answer is yes, great, pay it and then go do it. Like, I think Amazon should say, here, like, you want to watch this? Fine, pay for the rights for it. Pay the rights to be able to distribute it and whatever. I mean, let's see how many people do it. It's not like they're not going to make the money back. You know what I mean? Like, those streamers will make that money back. I think that this is a situation where streamers have gotten to a point, and content creators get to a point in their career where they're like, oh, fuck, I don't have anything else to do. Like, if your career gets to a point where literally your content on a live stream is reacting and watching movies together, I'm sorry. Like, if that's your live stream content. Now, I get, like, there are people that host watch parties and stuff like that and Discords and things of that nature, right? But if you do that as your live stream content, in my opinion, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong if you feel differently, in my opinion, I think you have burnt yourself out. You've gotten to the point now where you're just it's fucking lazy. In my opinion, it's just fucking lazy.
I mean, everybody wants to make a dollar for nothing, so I understand that this is another way of them pushing that limit. If they can make that money, I'm going to be honest with you. If I was in a situation where I could get paid to sit and watch fucking anime and barely have to react to it and make a paycheck, I would go that route. Obviously, I wouldn't go
would too.
I wouldn't go the illegal route of it, like what they were
Yeah.
doing. But like, if there was a method of me being able to do that and being like, oh shit, they killed him.
My daily shit. Yeah, I mean, fuck, I'd get paid for that.
I think that's the biggest part that cracks me up is that, like, if they were even remotely trying to create transformative content out of it, I would be like, okay, I understand. Like, if they were watching like Hell's Kitchen to be like, oh, teach people to fucking cook. They were like, hey, this is what they're doing. We're watching Hell's Kitchen as well as cooking along with them. That would be transformative at that point,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not. Literally, just sitting there, fucking staring at the screen,
yeah.
eating a fucking sandwich and not saying anything.
Legit, I know, like, okay, I watch like TikTok videos and stuff now, and there's people who post like clips of like movies and TV shows, and then with the clip above them, and then underneath is just them blankly staring at it,
Yeah.
and it's just
It's
you're
ridiculous, dude.
watching them just stare at a video.
I don't understand why it does so well on like YouTube. Like, I
Yeah.
don't get why that content does so well.
Well-
I don't understand.
And like reactions, like you like to see like your favorite streamers and how they react to things, but when they're not even reacting and they're just
That's the biggest thing. Yeah, it's just it's boring as shit at times.
I also think there's a niche of people out there that are looking for free ways to view content, and
Of
those
course.
reaction channels
I
are
think that's
a
part
way
of it.
of doing that.
Of course. Of course it is.
I
But
don't think that's a big percentage, but I think that's part of it. Yeah.
let's
I think it's a bigger percentage than you would maybe think.
Oh,
Like people
absolutely,
that
it's a
just
huge-
don't have like for people reacting to other people's YouTube videos, that's obviously like, if they're blank reacting to that, then there's no excuse for the audience liking that. But if it's like,
Wait, hold on. Is that a ranch bottle that you just drank out of?
Yes, it's my sister got it for me.
it's
Goodness
amazing is
gracious.
what it is. But
I love ranch.
You're not wrong. The pirating. I mean, you're talking about tapping into the pirating industry, and I mean that's a multi-billion-dollar right like thing to get around. So people absolutely are doing that. Where to tie this all back into the gaming, and I talked to Enigma about this when all this was kind of going down. Was here's the big thing, right? That Pokimane, these streamers, all of these people that want to try to skirt this, hey, we're gonna bend it, we're gonna break it. Like, guess what? Like, Amazon's got one of the biggest fucking wallets in the world. We all know that. But you, again, are an LLC. You as a streamer do not have the money to go against these companies. And if they really wanted to, at the end of the day, like everybody, all of us, we included, right? Need to understand that when we go and show video games, when we stream video games, right? That the company as a whole, if they truly wanted to, and Nintendo did this, like if they really wanted to do it, they could be dicks and say, guess what? No, you're not allowed to use our content. Like you are using our content to make a profit. We're not seeing a cut of that. That is illegal. By law, by the black white standard of law, that is illegal.
Technically, you bought the game, you own the game, but others who are watching you didn't. You're distributing that content.
Exactly. You're distributing,
and you're making money off of it. That's the biggest thing. Is like
the
biggest thing about like piracy laws and stuff is like you can actually like download the stuff and you can watch it and you can consume the content. But where it starts going into the illegal areas when you start making money off of it, that's the big.
It's very much like
where
drugs.
You get a slap on the wrist.
You can consume it yourself. Once you start distributing it, that's when you're breaking the law.
Yeah.
So
luckily, the video game industry is they're copacetic with all of that. They recognize
For the
that
most
it's a
part.
mutually beneficial thing.
Like you said, Nintendo are very big dicks about it at times. They can be gigantic fucking assholes about it.
For the most part, I mean, streaming games and stuff is a good marketing, plan for companies. So it helps them as well.
The difference between TV shows and video games and movies and video games is the viewing experience of a movie is very one-dimensional, whereas watching somebody play a video game, you're still missing out on the interactive aspect of that, and it could potentially push you to go and seek that interactive aspect for yourself.
Right,
for the most part. Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's again, all this stuff. Like, this is just the world that we live in the sense that it's still a world that is not caught up with, or the industry that's really not caught up with, kind of where the world is at, at the moment. So it's always interesting to see. Again, Twitch, you get a strike for the new payout bullshit. But we give you a pass on this one. This one was not your fault. You had nothing to do. You did nothing wrong on this one. So on the other one.
Also, anybody that's does stream on Twitch still, enjoy your follower emotes. Those are finally coming out of beta and being distributed.
How about that? How about that, Scruff?
Animated emotes. Supposedly, affiliates are supposed to get all affiliates are supposed to get animated emotes by the end of January.
That's weird. 2 out of the 3 streamers on this show have animated emotes. That's weird. Enigma, you have animated emotes, right?
Yeah.
I do, man. They're not filled, but
Who doesn't have animated emotes?
Oh man, Scruffy, I swear to God, you better not have a dancing foot or fucking ranch dancing or shit like that.
Hey, at this now I'm gonna. I'm gonna have a ranch dancing foot.
No, you're not, because you're not gonna get it.
I'm excited to see all y'all's emotes when they come out.
So, but yeah. All right, moving on to our next section, which is, unless there's anything else you guys want to talk about the Twitch stuff, but I think we're pretty well covered.
No, I'm good.
No, we're good.
All right, moving on to what we've been playing. I'm gonna start off since I'm already on here. Bill, we're gonna start with you, bud. Yep. So I'm gonna start with Ratchet and Clank.
Okay. Yeah, I finally got some PS5 games for my PS5, so it's not just being a giant paperweight on my entertainment center. And yeah, I started playing the Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. It's a lot of fun. It's a good time. I have got probably about a quarter of the way through it at this point. I'm kind of slow rolling it because between work and content and all that stuff. It's become like a couple hours in the evening to wind down experience. But it is really good, man. It is a lot better than what what us talking about it and watching like gameplay of it would have you think. The rift mechanic is actually really, really smooth and seamless. That's just the power of SSDs, but it's neat to see it on a console, and I'm honestly to the point where I'm enjoying gaming on my PS5 a little bit more in some situations compared to gaming on PC, just for the simple fact
My heart
that while
hurts.
it might not be able to be as optimized as like graphical fidelity wise, and I can't get above 60 frames per second, they're at least a lot more stable than what games on PC have been recently.
Get
And
him out of here,
this
boy.
game this game is buttery smooth
Get him the
in all,
fuck out of here.
in all facets.
Well, it's interesting that you bring that topic up because tomorrow, yeah, technically tomorrow, God of War for the PC comes out, and I'm really interested
Right.
because a lot of stuff I've read about it, like as far as reviews and people who have played it, have said that this is the best port that they've had that PlayStation has
I
had.
have I have also heard that. I heard that they learned a lot from the Horizon Zero Dawn port that was pretty trash.
Yeah.
And this one is actually like extremely well optimized from what I understand.
So I'm really interested to
But
see kind of how that kind of plays because that's one thing that I will say like um not all games but for the most part when you get a console game like you don't have to worry about most of it, especially like if it is like a first party. Well, I know this is Insomniac's technically a third party, but realistically, like let's be honest, it's a fucking first party. But it's a Sony game. Like their stuff's usually pretty well. Like you don't
they
have to worry about
do
it.
extremely well with their optimizations.
Right.
But yeah, God of War, I've heard it's actually really good. Every reviewer that I know and respect has sung it praises. So I'm excited that the PC peoples are going to be getting their hands on it.
Be
But
fun.
back to Ratchet and Clank, the rift mechanic's a lot cooler than what you would expect. Not necessarily in like the using it in the middle of a fight to like get up to a platform and stuff. That's kind of basic. Um, but more so in like the uh like speedster style things. There's a swamp level that you're on, and a lot of that level is running around on these like little speed beetles and jumping through rifts, and it seamlessly loading up like another level right in front of you, and just keep going and going and going. And if you enter these rifts, like if you're walking and you enter these rifts like at like the right angle from the side, you can see where the level snaps. But you have to be at a very specific angle to get that. It's really well done.
There's no like hesitation or nothing. So when you as soon as you go through the rift, like it's just instant like you've never skipped
It's
a beat,
instant.
right?
Like I said, if you walk in at a side where like the rift goes flat, you can see the level like snap. And but
Right.
it is an instant snap. There's no hesitation, no delay, nothing. And in some of these uh situations, it's loading these up like pretty rapidly one after the other. They SSD technology, like I said, it's nothing new, but it is nice to see it on a console being so well optimized.
Now is it so? Okay, the because it's one thing I never understood about how this works. Is it like a time traveling mechanic? Are you like is it like a multiverse kind of style thing? Like what is the whole rift
It's not
thing behind it?
time travel, it's alternate timelines in like the same point in time.
Okay, so a multiverse kind of
It's a
concept.
multiverse, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Rivet, and there's a female version of Clank. They're the multiverse equivalents of Ratchet and Clank in this universe. So yeah, it's an overall multiverse. There's two Doctor Nefariouses. One's Doctor Nefarious, which is Ratchet's. Emperor Nefarious is Rivet's. So and every character that you know from like the base Ratchet and Clank games has their parallel in the alternate, like
What
in the
about that one
multiverses that
captain
you end up
guy?
talking to. Quark,
Yeah.
I haven't met his alternate, but I 100% know that there's going to be one.
I always remembered hating him but loving him because he was such a cocky bastard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
But no, it's a lot of fun. It's a really good time. It's a Ratchet and Clank game, so you kind of get what you you get what you expect out of the experience. Like I said, I'm already about a quarter of the way through it. I've played probably 10-ish hours, so
It
I'm
looks
enjoying it.
beautiful. It looks real nice.
Do you have
Yeah,
to have
I'm
played?
also a completionist too, so I'm trying to get everything. So that's extended my playtime a little bit too.
Do you have to have played the other Ratchet and Clanks to understand? Like someone just wanted to jump in and get it. Do you?
It might be a little bit confusing because you might not know the characters and stuff, but it seems pretty independent story wise. And anything that you do need to know, the game does a pretty good job, like TLDRing it to you.
Nice. Cool. Well, I'm also looking forward to like because I have to imagine like Sly Cooper, Jax, all of those. I hope they come back. I know Scruff would love a new Sly Cooper game.
I would. I fucking love Sly Cooper.
Yeah.
But they always do a great job. I mean, these are iconic games, so cool. You've also been playing what Tales of Arise. Talk to us about that.
Tales of Arise, yeah, I haven't played one of the Tales games in a while, like actually committed to it. I'm a big fan of Tales of Symphonia and like the older like GameCube era Tales games. I tried Tales of Berseria, could not really get into it. This one's really, really good. And I think that comes down to the combat system being a lot more refined than what the older ones were. I think there was an awkward period between like the GameCube era ones and like the modern era ones where the combat was still stuck kind of in the past. And with these games, it's anime trope after anime trope. If you're going in for like, at least at the beginning, I'm not going to say that the stories aren't worth going in and getting invested in because they very much are, but there's a lot of filler bullshit to actually get through to the main like storyline.
Skip
Think
filler.
anime.
Just skip
Yeah,
filler.
it but the combat is super duper fluid. They have a really good comboing system where you
Wait, so
can
this
actually
isn't a
build
turn-based, or it is?
No,
I'm seeing
it is not
this is
turn-based.
action
It is-
combat.
It's action combat.
it is full action combat.
Previous Tales were though, right? I'm not wrong, or was it always
No,
action?
they've all been action combat. The way that they did like their special moves were a little bit weird. Like some of them were on like timers and stuff. And there's a bit of a clunk to the older Tales games that might have came off a little bit turn based, but they've always been in that action live action fighting style. Tales of Symphonia was like a 2D 3D, like you were fighting in like a 3D plane but on a 2D axis. It was kind of weird. But yeah, this is full 3D, full combat. Combos are really, really smooth. You can pretty well optimize whatever you want. It's got a lot of JRPG filler with how you can build out your characters, like armor sets, weapon sets, abilities. You have to use certain abilities to unlock different abilities.
It reminds me of the new Final
Eating
Fantasy.
food to get buffs.
Kind of
Like,
getting that vibe too.
Yeah, the new
reminds you
Final
of what?
Fantasy or whatever. The new Final Fantasy and the remake of Final Fantasy 7 kind of reminds me that kind of combat stuff.
Yeah,
it is.
with the character, like you
I
get
would
some
honestly
characters
say
in this.
I would honestly say it's smoother than what the
Yeah,
the
it
Final
looks
Fantasy
a lot
7
smoother.
remake. Yeah, it doesn't have that like it doesn't have as much weight to the attacks, which I think is fine for an anime style game. I think having more floaty, more like fantasy style attack patterns is good.
Is there a long gap between like the action like that's the only thing that like I really want to like when I watch it I really want to play it.
Only in the beginning. The beginning is probably an hour and a half, kind of a like it's exposition basically, so it's a bit of a slog to get there. But I have gotten past that, and I am thoroughly enjoying where I'm at. And it seems like the combat's pacing up really well. There's plenty of encounters in the overworld that will occupy your time. They're challenging. I'm playing on the second hardest difficulty just because I know how these games do their hardest difficulty modifiers, and I don't like getting one shot or spending 20 minutes on a boss fight. So
Yeah. Oh, cool. No, it's
yeah, there's plenty of action for it.
it's been
That's
on
really
my
fun.
it's been on my radar, man, because I have played some of the other Tales games, and I saw this and it like really piqued my interest because I was like, oh, it looks a lot like Monster Hunter too, like as far as like certain elements of it, and I don't know.
Yeah, if you go into it expecting it to play like Monster Hunter, it's not. But I understand what you're saying with like the big enemies having like breakable points, and they
Right.
do prioritize you wanting to go and like cripple those limbs, kind of similar to what Final Fantasy VII Remake did with a lot of its
Yeah.
boss fights.
Yeah.
Um,
No,
but
I mean,
yeah,
I'm
I
much
highly
less
recommend it. It's a
Is that
good
all
time.
platforms?
I believe it is. Yes,
What do you
Gotcha.
say?
Is
What's
it
the
a
question?
is this a PlayStation game or is it on
It's
PC?
it's on
It's all
PC.
platforms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's all
yeah.
platforms.
That's what I thought. I seem to remember seeing it on PC as well.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's on Steam. Awesome. Well, cool.
Legitness.
Well, appreciate it, Bill. And of course, I know you're still doing still playing the Dark Souls, right?
yeah, we're doing a second run of the Cinders mod, kind of doing a weapon showcase run to. I'm going through all the weapons that I find, kind of giving them their time in the sun, and just having fun with it.
Well, we'll go ahead and talk about a quick hit since we talked about this. But have you seen the Bloodborne mod thing that I posted about this?
I saw that one that you posted on Twitter. I don't know which mod that is specifically, and I couldn't find anywhere in there where it said what mod it was, but it looks very good. There's a lot of since the PS4's got jailbroke recently, they're being able to get a lot more stuff from them to PC with actually getting accurate move sets brought in for Bloodborne, which I think is really neat.
I mean,
Bloodborne's my favorite game of
essentially
all
this
time,
was like,
and
sorry, yeah, essentially this was like Bloodborne character being put in the Dark Souls 3 universe is what this was.
yeah, it looked
That's
really, really well. I didn't see him do any transform attacks during that thing, but the parry system looked good. The movement looked on point. It was pretty impressive.
Didn't
Like I
he
said,
do
there's a
it
few.
at the very beginning? I thought he at the very beginning, like right before he went to that boss, he he hit the switch axe.
He very well might have. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't catch that if he did.
No,
I
don't know. It's yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's good. Bloodborne weapon movesets have been making their way into the mod. Like Cinder's mod has quite a few of the Bloodborne weapons, but none of them have gotten it to the point where you can actually trick them or anything like that. So, and I don't think you're gonna get like an overhaul mod that allows for tricking unless it is a specific Bloodborne experience mod, because with weapon arts and the way Dark Souls 3 runs, I don't think tricking would play well unless the mod completely overhauled weapon arts to be tricking.
We just need Bloodborne on fucking PC. Can we just get it?
They're
I
waiting
need
for
that PlayStation 1 version, dude. That looks sweet.
they're waiting for the goddamn remake or remaster of Bloodborne 1. I know why they haven't ported it out, and it makes me sad, but I will buy it again. I will.
I absolutely will buy it again. So,
They're gonna pull a what's called a Monster Hunter and make you buy it on PlayStation and then make you buy it again when they release the
It will.
collector's
Yeah.
edition.
Yeah.
oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, cool. Moving right along, we're gonna skip over Scruffy, and go to Enigma, and we'll come
I
back.
don't got nothing to say.
Come back to Scruffy. You played Hammer Ting. What are you talking about?
No, I said Scruffy don't got nothing
Oh,
to say.
Scruffy's got nothing to say.
I got
Yeah.
everything to say, man.
So Hammer Ting, what is Hammer Ting?
Hey, Hammer Ting, I bought this on the Steam Winter Sale. Really fun game. I don't know if you guys have ever played Oxygen Not Included. I think most of us have. I don't know if you have, Bill, or not, but
I've watched a bit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same people that did like Don't Starve, right?
This one isn't. This is from I think it's Hanger 19 or Hanger 17 is the developer, but it's essentially it's essentially Oxygen Not Included with dwarves. It's you get, instead of being on like a separate planet or an asteroid or whatever it is on Oxygen Not Included, you're just in a random mountain top doing dwarf things and making dwarf
Diggy
things,
diggy hole.
digging
all the
hole and shit,
things.
doing all the tings.
Oh
that
my
was a
god,
good one.
I can't.
like
I
that.
cannot deal with all of these fucking puns.
But no, it's really good. I enjoyed it for I think it was like $7-10 somewhere around there. I've had my eye on it for a while because I actually quite enjoyed Oxygen Not Included. I enjoy these like I guess you'd call them colony simulator games.
They're relaxing. I like
They are
them.
very relaxing, man. This one,
They're
not so
also
much. This
stressful as
one,
fuck, dude.
yeah, I was
I
about to
was gonna
say
say,
this one, not so
this-
much. This one kicks your ass, man. Like it is very stressful. It's not like oxygen not included kicks your ass by just like environmental hazards. This one just throws monsters at you left and right.
It's almost like a base defense, like a wave
of.
defense in a way.
Kind of, yeah. But it's a good time, man. For the amount of money that I paid for it, the amount of content that I got out of it, I'm still playing it as of right now. I think I've got like 40 hours into it, and I think I've started up like 4 or 5 dwarf clans. The biggest thing that I actually enjoy about this is not only is it a colony simulator, but it's also like you can go out there and start like selling things,
Yeah.
to like other nations, like humans and shit like that, and you can actually start like your own little merchant colony
Yeah.
and such,
Well,
and,
that's
and
dope.
that enjoys I enjoy that as well. But on top of that, as you can see right now, he's getting attacked by monsters. It also has like, I wouldn't really call them dungeons, but it has like little encounters that you can come across while you're exploring, like
Damn
tunnels and
slimes.
shit. Yeah, it's got slimes. There's rats. Slimes and rats are like your intro enemies, and then I know that there's bigger enemies the further into the mountain you go, basically. So
There's
you know
not
you
a
know
more
that
disgusting way to go in an action or in a fantasy realm than a death by slime.
death by
Those things are
slime,
fucking horrid.
death by rats. Yeah,
Oof.
but yeah, it's like that Mordor fucking, now I forget the name of the movie, Lord of the Rings. When he says "fly, you fools," that's all I think of whenever I go deeper, and I'm like, oh shit, that's not good. What
Yeah.
was that? Yeah, it's a relaxing game. It's
Haven't found a Balrog yet.
I haven't found a Balrog yet. I think that I think there's bigger beasts in there. I've only gotten down to I think it's the Hellion section, which is like a deeper, like the first level that you get into. If you go one step down from that, that's like where the second tier of difficulty is at, and I haven't breached that yet. So,
Gotcha.
but it's fun.
It's not on sale anymore though, right? Because I know you picked it up
It's
on
not
the
on
the,
sale.
the,
Yeah.
the
It
winter
was
sale.
only on sale on the Steam winter sale, on the Christmas sale.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is normally. I think it's like a 20
$25?
some odd dollar game. Yeah.
I can take a look real quick.
I think it's worth the money. I didn't pull the trigger
Yeah.
just because I was like, it's not got enough content in it for me right now. But they've actually, surprisingly, Hangar 17 has been putting out a lot of fucking content for it. Like they literally
Team
just did a
17.
big Team 17. That's it. My bad.
But the
Not Hangar
developers are
17.
Warp Zone Studios. Team 17 publishes it.
There you go. My bad. But the they literally just did another update for it that brought out like quality of life situations where, like, when you're farming, you no longer have to replant the farm tiles. It just automatically replants it. A lot of people apparently were pissed off about that. And they got a pretty decent like history of what they want to do in the future already down. So they're putting out good content for it. I'm looking forward to seeing what else they can do with it. And I'm hoping they keep it up, because it's a really fun game.
Hell yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
Nice. Would you pay full price for it?
I'd say if you said it's 25.
It's 25. Yeah.
Yep.
I'd say 25 is not a bad price for it, honestly. You can get easily 25 hours worth of enjoyment out of it, for sure. Like $1 an hour. So
Cool.
you easily get that.
It's so last question and we can move on. Do you agree? It's got mixed reviews right now, and I know how we all feel about Steam.
Yeah, Steam.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like a lot of the reviews are just saying that there is some glitch issues where like things will get caught up and stuck or something like that. But
Find the most
Right.
issues in combat.
Right now, I think the for the most part, most of the complaints are the AI is glitchy. It's janky as fuck, which I will completely agree with. The AI, I think, is the stupidest AI I've ever seen on a fucking on a game like this. Like, Oxygen Not Included's AI is fucking dumb, but this takes the cake between the two. Like
they are
100%.
dwarves. I mean, they're not the brightest bulbs in the bunch.
Yeah. But this one takes the cake for it. The AI regularly gets stuck, and you have to one of the recent ones that I did. I was mining out a cave. I was mining out a portion of a cave to make a new level for my complex, and literally the dwarfs mined all the way out to the side completely fine, and then mined themselves onto an island that they couldn't get off of.
Yeah,
And
nice.
that was all of my dwarfs. So I had to load an entire load a save that was like an hour previous because the auto save was just like in the middle of that.
That's amazing.
Mine mine themselves into a deep ass hole and they all plummeted down.
Yeah, it's they do stupid shit, and I'm just like, really? Like you couldn't have given them a little bit better AI to not do that? Like it's bad. That and the combat's a little janky. I will say that I think they need to do a combat pass. Again, it's all AI driven, so the problems are all due to the AI. Is like even in combat, the
Pathing.
AI is
I think
just
it's the
stupid.
pathing too.
Yeah, the pathing, the AI
Yeah.
for the dwarfs and the enemies are just it's terrible. They need to do some work on it. But I think all in all, even with the jank on those things, you can still easily get 25 hours worth of enjoyment out of it. So
Hell yeah.
I would say it's worth it. But it's
22 of those hours might be janked, 3 or so.
True. Yeah. But the 2 hours that you actually get of good enjoyable gameplay.
All right. Well, there you go.
It's
Hammer
good, it's fun.
Hammer Ting. You can get it on Steam right now. It's $25. It is full blown out. It's not early access. So,
They'll hammer out the issues. I mean, that's fair.
yeah, they'll have their dwarves get on it. Don't worry. Cool. One of the other games that Enigma has been putting a lot of time into, we'll get into whenever I start talking about some of the games I played. I have footage of it. Scruff, moving on to you, bud.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about Hexen. What is this?
Nope.
Nope.
Did I say Graven? It's pretty much Hexen's spiritual successor.
Okay.
I
Yes.
was like, wait, what? You playing Hexen, bro?
Talk to me about. I'm sorry, Graven, Hexen's spiritual successor.
It's
I remember
like I said, it's pretty much Hexen, except it's got a unique twist. Being that it's hub based. It's not open world completely, but you have choices on where to go. It's not completely linear. And it's almost got an RPG aspect to it in that way. So I mean, it's like Hexen. It's like a first person shooter, kind of beat 'em up kind of game. And
dude, I love indie art styles, dude. I'm just watching this and I'm just yeah.
It's great, man. Like it's that kind of pixel 3D like mesh art style, and it just works.
When the dude pulled out the book and started casting the fire, I was like, oh yeah, that's some good.
And that's one of the things is like this game being different than from like Hexen is it's got a whole like list of weapons and stuff that you can find in the world. You have an inventory system and stats and whatnot with each of the weapons that you can place in your hotbar. So like it has more of a diverse weapon and combat style than like Hexen did and stuff. And it's really pretty flawless. Like the combat feels good. Whacking shit with like this base club that I have to start out with because like I just started the game here. It feels awesome.
Why are you beating the shit out of these fucking guys that are just sitting in the door?
Because I was curious, man. I wanted to see if I could hit them, but they could hit me. And of course it's a pot breaking simulator, so you got to break everything in your path,
including the unbreakable statue.
Yes, including the unbreakable statue. I had to break everything, which in one case actually got me sent out of the map.
Didn't it break you? It shot you across the world.
It shot me across the world because I tried breaking something. Oh man, but it's really cool, man. It plays like I said, like kind of an RPG. So you have quests and stuff you can pick up from like townsfolk and people that you encounter, and you actually go complete these quests, and that's how you progress. Is like I have a quest right now to clear this sewage system so we can progress through it to get to another area that's been blocked off by this undead horde.
Who the fuck travels through a sewer?
I do.
Come on, man. Bloodborne, one of the entire maps is nothing but a sewer.
Yeah, with the rats and stuff.
Yeah.
But It's just really cool, man. I don't know. I like the unique twist, having options and not being like stuck in a linear path like most of
Oh,
these games are. Like one of the other games that I played of this genre was Cultic, and that was a bit more linear than this one. Same kind of style, vein of games, and I've been into
so
these recently.
question:
Are all
Does it?
of the levels handcrafted or are they procedural?
All handcrafted, so no procedural generation. Um, but so far it's pretty diverse on like the detail and then the places you can go and the secrets you can find. There are secrets, which I love secrets.
Oh, my question was: does it actually get any like the combat actually get any faster pace? Because
Faster.
like from what I saw, it was pretty much just limited to like you had a spell book that shot some spells, but everything seemed like really slow in
It,
comparison to like what I would be used to with like Hex
it
and
does.
those
This
other
is
games.
like the base beginning, like you just fight some like slow ass zombies and stuff. But I was getting into like harder enemies like warthogs and stuff that charge you and leap at you. And once you unlock the sword, your combat gets a little bit faster, as well as other spells that I haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah, that was one of the things I saw the parallels that it had to Hexen, and I was like,
Yeah,
okay, I can see why they say why he was saying it's a Hexen like game, but
yeah.
I was like, man, it's slow as shit compared to
It's
Hexen, man.
a slower start, yeah, but you will get there. I mean, you unlock like a fletchling launcher,
Yeah.
which shoots like a shotgun blast of pellets, crossbows, and I think there was like some guns as well, like flintlocks and stuff like that. To
Are they gonna
use.
are they gonna add climbing? Because apparently you can't climb a ladder.
That was one of the kind of weird things was climbing ladders when they're submerged in water was a little glitchy. You can do it, I just suck.
Well, I
Um,
know it's in early
He's
access.
got both hands on his staff, man. He ain't got room to fucking grab the ladder.
True.
um, well, yeah, man, it's an awesome little game. I should actually bring it up real fast to see how much it is.
It's $25 right now in early access.
Yeah, there you go. And I think it's made by Slipgate Ironworks. But it's got again mixed reviews on Steam, but don't look into it yourself. It's kind of one of those gems that you'll find. I think in this.
$25 seems a little steep for that.
I
Did
think
you get it on sale?
I don't.
that's
I
what
did, yeah.
that's
I
what a
got
lot
it
of
on
people
sale
are
for
saying is
about.
that it's the problem or the reason that they're giving it a downvote right now is because it's not enough content for $25. That it's just
Yeah.
Yeah,
um
and that might be true. I haven't made it too far into the game yet, so
yeah. So again, it is early access. Like people need
yeah.
to understand that
About to
it
say
is
you
early
get what you
access.
pay for in early access. Yeah.
Right.
Good
So
shit.
I think it's worth it if you can see like the what this game kind of
Potential.
has to offer and potential. Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
For the future of this game, if you like this genre, it lives up to it. I think.
Cool.
Yep.
Next one that you did was Visage, right?
Yep. Visage, and dude, this game is spooky. This is now this is from what I understand. You're pretty much placed in this house that you're investigating. A previous murder, like family murder, suicide, and you're investigating it. And this house, like, I think it's not procedurally generated, but it changes. Like, it changes each playthrough.
I'm getting
But what
super
stays
PT vibes, man.
PT vibes for sure. You're not just stuck in like a constant change, like rotation, like PT had, but with the house kind of changing, like it does give that vibe, as well as just the look of the game. And I'll also say before I get back to it, is this game is stunning with the amount of detail that it has. Like it looks really good. Like everything is like detailed and like photo detailed,
I
including like
I've always
pictures you can
loved
pick
the
up.
I've
Mhm.
always loved these like super like compact games, like not a lot of areas that you go to, like one centralized place, maybe a few rooms, but the detail that they put into those places is it's always really
Really,
nice and it's refreshing.
yeah,
It's a
it's
less is more. Like how much
exactly.
can we fit in this box?
Exactly. It's very immersive because it's like you know a family has lived in this house for many, many years, you know? Like it's you just walk in. But so the main premise of this game, like I said, is kind of you're investigating like a murder suicide case. And there's, as far as I know, 3 main chapters to the game, which you don't have to complete in any specific order. You kind of just pick them. Yeah, you pick up an item and it starts a chapter of each of the characters that were in the murder suicide.
We're not
and
showing any
so
spoilers, are we?
No, I'm not going to go into any spoilers or anything.
I just want to make sure I don't show any spoilers either.
Oh no, this isn't any spoiler or anything.
Okay.
This is just one of the chapters and stuff. But so pretty much, like I was saying, is you have a story of the father, the 2 children, and the mother. So those 3 chapters, and going into those chapters and completing them is how you progress in the game. But while you're outside of the chapters, you're also kind of being haunted in this house as well. And the funniest thing is, I was playing this with my sister and my cousin, and we didn't even know how to get into the chapters for an hour, and we were just walking around the house, literally being jump scared and spooked by just pretty much just the ghosts. And it's
dope.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. It looks really good, and it is really damn scary. Like one of the scarier games I've played this year.
That guy just busted through that wall like the fucking Kool-Aid man.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm watching videos on Steam with it, and there are little girls everywhere, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I did not watch Scruffy play this game.
I didn't encounter that, so that's probably one of the other chapters, and like I can't wait.
I did not watch Scruffy play this game just for that very same reason of if there was he has a knack for playing games with creepy children ghosts and or creepy little girl ghosts and or creepy fucking black-haired ring chicks
We're dolls.
or dolls.
Worth $35.
I got it on sale, so I honestly I think that's a little steep for a game of this genre. I would say it's worth $20, but
20. Okay.
I would get it on sale if I could.
It's got very positive reviews.
Yeah.
It'd be what's interesting about these types of games, especially with something like this, is I really love, and maybe this has become. I've been watching a awesome games done quick, which is all about mods and stuff like that. Is how the modding community could get in here and do some stuff with it. Maybe add new things, add characters, that kind of stuff.
New
So
chapters and all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, modding communities can do wonders for games.
It must be doing somewhat well because the game's been out for over a year, and it's still priced at $35. So
yeah, it's doing incredibly well.
And stuff. Good.
I was gonna say I would say it's worth $35. Just in my typical like range of where I want to pay for these genres of games, it's usually a little bit lower. So I was shocked at that price, but I'd say it's worth it. I think it's got a lot to offer.
Community is saying it's on Game Pass. Is it?
Yeah, it's on Game Pass.
Is it? Oh.
Oh, there you go too. Another option.
There you go.
But the modding community keeps these games alive. Like,
oh,
the modding community is the reason why Amnesia was still relevant for 6+ years before, even before the sequel came out.
No, I think that also had a lot to do with the fucking whole PewDiePie and content creation that happened with that.
But also he kept that content creation up with it because of mods.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Good game.
Nice.
Spooks.
Well, awesome. All right. Well, then I guess it's on to me. Okay. Project Zomboid. I'm going to bring this up because this will take care of one of the topics that we're going to talk about as well. But Project Zomboid, if you guys have not been aware or know, multiplayer released. And it wasn't, there was like I think it was a mod, if I wasn't mistaken, right? That was out for it. And then it went official. They officially released this game, or the version of it here recently. Increasingly enough, they've actually came out and said that they have had, because of this, they've seen the most amount of people playing this game that they've ever had.
They actually topped they topped their player charts within like a couple hours of the update.
Like 40,000 or something, I think. 44,000.
Yeah.
Which for a game of this style,
well, you got to remember before the top. I think what's the current player base I'm looking at right now.
And in all full honesty and transparency, Enigma and Scruffy have played this a lot more than what I have. I got in I got my ass handed to me over and over and over and over again. And then my addiction to Battlefield kicked in, and I said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go play Battlefield."
You got to know what you're doing in this type of game.
You
Like
do, man.
we played it
It's
a
rough.
while back, and there's a big steep learning curve to it.
It's really rough. Their current player base on it right now, as of I guess right now is 40,000 still.
3,000. Yeah,
So
and
they in the last 30 days they've gained 15,000 players, and that's even before I think I'm pretty sure the patch released.
December, right?
Was it December or was it before December?
No, it was
It was
December.
late December.
It was during the
Was it?
this was last month. So this was
Yeah.
Yeah.
December.
So that's their new peak concurrent, and they added 15,000 players on top of that. So, and I'm pretty sure that like the most players that Project Zomboid had ever really seen was only like at any concurrent time was like 2-3 grand. Maybe that.
Here's what I'll say about the game, right? And if Battlefield was not a thing, right, and then concurrently Lost Ark and also God of War coming up, like all of those things not a thing. Like this game appeals to so much, and I think it's a perfect example of a game that shows like you don't have to have insanely stupid, ridiculously over the top graphics, which again, I love these graphics. I think I love the way it looks, the art style. It's beautiful.
It looks a lot better from what it did before,
It did.
man. When they first released, it looked like trash.
Yeah.
So you know, I was new coming into it, but this game's got like there's so much stuff. Like it's the depth and the learning curve for this game is well, I don't want to say it's straight up and down, but it's rough, man. But like it's such a good
Pretty
game.
close.
I mean, it really is. Like if you can get in and actually, you know, I think get going, there's just so much that you can do. I mean, when you go into like the character creation, like there's just a whole list of shit that you have, pluses, minuses, bonuses, all these things that you're keeping up. Like literally Enigma, I was like, okay, well, what happens if I fuck up? He's like, well, just eat glass. I'm like, what do you mean just eat glass? He's like, no, just eat glass, you'll die.
Drink bleach.
Drink bleach.
Yeah, drink bleach, you'll
I
die.
did that. I drink bleach. For reset.
And then
There's actually an option as well. If you have a gun, you can.
yeah.
Yep.
But also the cool thing about it is like if you do that and you come back, you create a new character, you come back, you obviously are coming back into the server into the same world. You can go find your zombie corpse and get your shit back. You know, and stuff like that. So it's extremely in depth. It's extremely I don't know, it's really kind of crazy. I mean, just the amount of stuff that you can do in a game. When you see it, you're like, oh, it's just gonna be very simple and simplistic, and it's not.
Yeah, I mean the game came out originally in 2013, so it's had 8 to 9 years of content, and this is just the multiplayer being added to, you know, use all of that content. That's why it's got so much to it for all these new players. Like it's a little overwhelming.
Yeah, a little isn't the understatement.
overwhelming.
It's
Yeah.
very
It's
overwhelming.
not an understatement.
It's still glitchy though. Like I will say, like it is still extremely glitchy for all.
These
for
are
what
still
it's
beta
like.
builds technically.
Yeah.
This like not pretty much.
I think you had a point where like the fucking zombies spawned it like on top of you, didn't they?
Me? Yes.
Yeah.
I had it. Yeah. I one of my very first starts up, like I literally started up and I started in a horde of zombies in a house that was completely untouched. Like the house was
And
untouched.
that's probably literally just due to the multiplayer build, because you're spawning in a house that somebody had previously spawned into.
Yeah.
I didn't, because that happened to me with your house.
Mine the only reason why I was having so many issues, I kept fucking spawning into houses that had fucking alarm.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
So it's the only
Luck of the
issue,
draw.
the only thing I'll say, and there's nothing that's ever gonna fix this. Like I don't think it is. And it is a quality of life thing, but like it also gets down to a point because it is top down and like or it's not top down. It's like this angled view, but what you're seeing, but like you're trying to navigate and like menus will pop up and there's just shit every fucking where. And while it's all happening, you've got a zombie fucking chasing you down, and it's just like it's a lot. It almost becomes sensory overload to just be like, what the fuck am I supposed to
your
do?
shit too, yeah.
Yeah, and like so it's but it is a wonderful game. And again, for people that are listening and can't see it, it is a very like simplistic art style. It's again 8-9 years old, but it's also a top down isometric projection or whatever term you want to use kind of game. But it's let me see, it's $20.
Oh, and then this version of the game right here that you're looking at is only like a 2-year-old version. Like they completely redid the combat system, the graphics,
It
the
used to be
AI,
like
the
all
zombie AI.
2D. Like
Yeah,
it's
it used to be
3D modeled and all.
it used to look like I'm trying to think of a game. It just used to look like it was like an arcade game, like an old 8-bit arcade game.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Well, the newer version, it's $20. It's still technically in early access.
It is.
I honestly think $20 is well worth it. Like 20
Yeah,
bucks, you will get $20 worth of content out of this game. It might be you dying for 20 hours, but you will get 20 hours of content.
But this is
out
also
this
one of
game.
those games too where the modded community is crazy.
Yeah.
It's huge.
they-
And I can already foresee a huge RP like
Oh, there's already huge
Yeah.
RPs. Yeah,
Like, I
RP
could
servers.
see how well it would work in a game like this.
There's a Daisy mod or a Daisy RP server that they actually have like Daisy mod on it, like Daisy zombies, Daisy equipment, everything like that.
Dude, I think
I think you can. It's a Daisy map where you can find like Rick Grimes and all that shit.
I think RP would be amazing in this. Like,
It would.
I think it really would do really well. So, $20 on there, and we gotta book it. We have so much stuff to.
I know. I was just
Jesus
thinking.
Christ! All right, another game I played. I'm gonna go really quick. This is Arcvale. It is it's when I went through this phase of like what was on the winter sale, I think. But it is a RPG bullet hell style game that is very remnant of Legends of Zelda. It is $14. It is worth every fucking penny that you could possibly spend on this game. It's published by Humble Games. They usually don't do kind of shitty games in general, and this is like their style. There's so much content that you can do here and play in. You go in, you create characters. They have different builds. There's leveling. There's all these unique items and stuff that you can kind of build out your character to. I'm trying to get to like actual like some combat here versus like.
Are these the people that did like what are some of the other games that they've done?
Well, the developer is IDOS. This is their first game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, IDOS and Fopes is
I'm
their-
getting like a Streets of Rogue feel to it. Oh, and that looks exactly like Enter the Gungeon.
Yeah, it's very Enter the Gungeon. Very, it's like if you took Zelda, Enter the Gungeon, Streets of Rogue, and what's that? Hammer. Now I got Hammer Ting on my brain. Hammer. The one game that we played, that's like the multiplayer.
Watch, right?
Hammer Watch. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like Hammer
yeah.
Watch. All kind of had a baby. That's what this would be. You know, and there's platforming. I mean, there's just it's a phenomenal game. Like legitimately pixel graphics, I'm all about it. If it's a roguelike, if it's a bullet hell, I'm all about it. It's right up my alley.
Man,
Take a look.
you suck.
No, shut up.
Left off.
But it's
You just keep walking off the platforms.
Yeah.
It gives me a Moonlighter vibe too.
yeah, Moonlight.
Yeah,
is-
I was gonna say definitely.
Titan Souls too.
Yeah, it's literally like all of that, and then
Just
you take Zelda and you put it in there, right?
Yeah.
And it's just it's a good game.
Kind of gives me a bit of a Meat Boy vibe as well, or whatever that game
I
is
like the
called.
Pong vibe as well.
Pong.
Kinda,
Yeah,
yeah.
Battlefield.
Yeah.
It's you know what? It's
Battlefield.
Kind of gives me
It's
a
kind of like a Souls-esque game.
yeah.
It also gives me a Pinball 98.
kind of gives me a Pac-Man feel. You know?
Yeah, Minesweeper, a little bit of Minesweeper in there, right? It's a little bit of League of Legends in there too. Yeah. So
Oh, fuck League.
it's great. It's $14. It's worth every penny. There's a bunch of other games that I also played during this. Tales of Iron, go check that out. That game is fucking phenomenal. It's great. I've played Blasphemous, which is an old game. That game, if you like roguelikes, if you like 2D, it's great. And there's a whole bunch more that I played in this kind of one stint through stuff. But we just don't have time to go talk about all of it.
Kind
but-
of giving me some Metroid vibes as well.
Yes, very much Metroid. This is Tales of Iron. If you want
This
to
looks
see
like Mario right now with the spinning traps. It looks like they're
listen, anybody that's
spinning
listening to the
fire
guy,
traps.
it's listening to the damn show and
Yeah,
can't see
beating
it.
a dead
They're
horse.
absolutely, they're so fucking no. It doesn't. It literally looks like Enter the Gungeon meets Zelda. That's exactly what the game looks like.
Hey, that's a rat.
Yeah, this is Tales of Iron. Tales of Iron is something completely different.
This is such a good game. From whatever.
It really is. It's a phenomenal game. It is a Metroidvania-esque style game.
This is cute as fuck, dude.
Dude,
And
it's-
you want to know the best part about
what?
you want to know the best part about it? It's got the
Huh.
Geralt voice actor.
Yes,
Oh,
it
Yeah,
literally. I want to sit there and listen to him just narrate for hours on
he
end.
does the narration. Yeah.
Dope.
It's so fucking good. But yes, it's a Souls-like, story-rich action RPG game, right? A lot of cool little elements, a lot of back and forth. I love the art style. It's a phenomenal game.
This
It
is cute as hell. What is this called?
Tales of
Tales
Iron.
of Iron.
It's $25. It's worth
Okay.
every fucking penny.
You
Every
probably
penny.
like it as well,
Yeah.
Bill. It's like a Dark
Yeah.
Souls, got a Dark Souls vibe to
This
it, like a
is
Souls like vibe.
cute.
Yeah, dude, it's phenomenal. It really is.
Tales as in like a tail,
Like yeah,
not
like
like a rat tail.
like rat tails, yeah. And you play
Yeah.
as like, and there's some shit, man. That like the very beginning of it, like emotionally, some shit happens where you get fucked up, and like or what happens to you is fucked up in your family.
Reggie.
And so yeah,
Not only that, like from what I've heard, like it embraces the Dark Souls darkness. Like the entire storyline is very bleak,
yeah.
very dark.
No, it is 100%.
Even though it's cutesy, like even
It's
though it is cutesy,
adorable.
everything in it is very dark.
And there's a bunch of side
Okay.
quests and all this other kind of stuff. It's worth $25. Like
I do need to pick this one up.
yeah, it's great.
I've been thinking about picking it up, and I don't like Souls games, so
Yep, it's very good. All right, Icarus. Holy fuck, man! I'm trying to burn through all of these
Come
as
on.
fast as I can.
I mean, we can burn through Icarus. I don't know. We can
You
probably
burned through Icarus, didn't you?
Yeah.
So Icarus is a game that we all have been playing.
Except for
except for
Bill.
Bill. Well, that's what I was getting to. Except for Bill. This is. Oof, I don't know. Okay. The game is. I like the game. I think it's good. There's fucking jank all over the place. With it. But it is an early access game. It's made by Rocketworks, right? Isn't that
I
the name?
don't think it's early access.
No way. Is it not?
Nope, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's released.
Better be this.
Nope, I am pretty sure it's released.
It's full release. Okay.
Yikes.
Yep.
All right. It's full release. It's made by Rocketworks. It's the same company that made DayZ. So
Same person.
Or-
Easy. Yeah.
Same person. Yeah.
same person, yeah, that made DayZ. Here's the thing about this game. It's a survival game. It is but it's the biggest thing that you have to understand if you're going to play this game, you're going into it understand like with the if you go in with the mindset that this is like your typical Rust style game or whatever else, you're going to be sadly mistaken because it's not that. This is a session based game where you go in, you have an objective, you have a mission, you have to get it done, and you have to get out. That's the main kind of draw, right? The main line. The other side, you can do like a more open world style where you kind of just do your thing, and everybody kind of does whatever. But the main game is you go in, you have a mission to do, you do the mission, you get out, you progress your character like an RPG MMO. There's a whole tree of stuff that you can do, a whole skills, everything, right? Crafting tree, all of this stuff that you're putting points into so that next time that you go into, you have a better shot, a better version, you harder mission, and it just kind of keeps progressing and progressing and progressing. I'm gonna pass it over to Enigma because he has played way more than we all have of this game. So Enigma, thoughts?
I mean, you said it. You said it best. It's a good game, but it's definitely if you're looking for a survival game that's you just want to go on and build shit with, like this is definitely you have those abilities to do that. It does give you the ability to do that, but this game is more meant for the people that are like hardcore. I want to get in there. I want to take care of my shit and then get the fuck off the planet, right? Like that's the whole thing with it. And the best and the worst part about this game and the reason, like I've played a lot of hours of this. I think I'm at like 56, 57 hours, but our buddy Solid has put like almost 90 to 100 in it. The biggest thing I've already been burnt out on it. The worst part about this game and the best part about it is just it takes so fucking long to do these missions sometimes that it's insane, man. Like you go down and you think that you're going to be doing a simple mission, you're like, oh, I'm going to be in and out in an hour. It takes you like 16 hours.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, if you look, if you're watching our streams, up in the top there is actually a counter up there that talks to you like a mission time, like that gives you 6 days. There are missions that literally are like 30 days, and there's a reason that it's that long. Like it takes
They take
a
forever.
long time.
We did one the other day that was a 6-day mission, and we barely made it to the cutoff mark. I think we were at like another 4 hours before we had to leave. So,
Yeah, it's crazy. Now, so you're saying, so people in chat are saying that if you my biggest issue is losing your character. If you leave it on a mission and take a break from the
yeah.
game, you got to restart.
Yeah, so it's essentially if you leave a character on a mission and the time runs out, I think that they've put into implementation that you can get the character back. I don't know if it's a full 100% thing, because I know that they were talking about that because they were having issues with it. I think it was originally a bug that it was left on there. But they've implemented a little thing that you can actually resurrect those characters. I don't know how many times you can actually do that. I don't know if that's a new staple for the game now or not. But yes, previously you could leave your character on the mission on accident and lose that character completely.
Yeah,
which is not good.
It's this game appeals. So it appeals to me, and I think Bill. I mean, so I don't.
Hell no.
So
Bill's not a survival.
I know
player.
you're not a survival game, but the
Nah.
reason, hear me out. The only reason I say it, right, and is because I am not the type that likes to like stay on. I want something to do, right? Enigma will tell you this, like, I am the type of person where I'll get into a survival game eventually, and I'm just kind of like, I don't want to sit here and build all this shit. I don't want to do all of this fucking stuff. Like, I want to go do something, right? But I don't want a story because I fucking hate stories. I don't want a story in survival games. I hate fucking stories.
Doesn't matter if you actually have to do the story or not. If
matter.
the story is present in the game, he can smell it. No.
Yeah, this game very much hits a lot of roguelike vibes for me, because it's very much of like, I got to get in, I got to go do something, I got to get out. If I fuck it up, I got to restart. It just, I get that element. So for me, it's perfect, because I'm like, cool, I have a mission, I have to go get it done. I am doing a very specific set of things that I need to go do to get this stuff done, and then I get to get out. And I get to progress my character. So I like that aspect of it. At first, I did not understand it. I went in with it being an open world survival game, thinking that, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? This is stupid. And then I really started to play it, and I was like, oh, this is really enjoyable. Like, I really like it. There is a shit ton of jank, and even on my PC, it fucking chugs sometimes. Like, just understand.
It's not at all fucking optimized.
It's not optimized at all. So it's $30. I think you'll definitely get $30 worth of content out of it, but you need to understand that it's gonna break.
I mean, would you recommend it to people? Because I'll let you answer that before I.
Oof.
Or do you want me to say first?
Go ahead. Yeah, you go first. I don't know.
All right, because with me putting in 50+ hours, I definitely got my money's worth out of the game. I would not recommend it right now. I would not recommend people buying it currently, because it is in a pretty bad state with jank. Like, it's playable. It definitely is playable, and you can play it for 50+ hours and not have too many issues. I don't think that it is fully released. This
early
to
access
me
full
is
release.
not. Yeah, this to me is early access, and the fact that they released it full access in this state is terrible.
No, what I think it is because DayZ was in early access for 8+ years, and they're like,
that's what I was about to say. Is that the only reason why I give it so much props is because it is the creator of DayZ. The problem with that is that with it being the creator of DayZ, you get the jank of DayZ. Like, if you ever played DayZ, it was not an enjoyable fucking experience 90% of the time.
Yeah. The only other issue that I have with this is that their supporters, like the way they're doing supporter thing, it's $70 fucking dollars. So $100 total if you want everything. And that gives you 2 extra outposts, which outposts are like where it's just the free for all open world mode. New Frontier DLC, Dangerous Horizons DLC. And then you get a suit that gives you definitely a bonus because you can do
and like that suit is actually not really worth it, considering you can literally get the exact same suit within an hour or 2 of playing the game.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
The fact that it's not open or procedurally generated is a turnoff for me.
Yeah, it's not so. It also is not procedurally generated.
I will agree with what's being said in the chat. Like if you're a fan of like survivals and you like base building and you like realism and you like difficult games, you'll probably have an enjoyable time
It's
with this game.
fun. Like the game is fun. It's definitely fun to play. And again, I think it hits that niche if you are the type that wants to get in, do a mission, and get out. Like it's that. I mean, it hits that. So.
I did like the physics, albeit they're jank. They are really nice. I mean, they're
fuck
pretty
polar
sweet.
bear. Fuck
physics.
you and fuck polar bears, man. Whoever was Enigma, was it you that brought that fucking polar bear into our goddamn image space?
I didn't pull
Asshole,
it to
bro.
you. Yes, I did run and I didn't see that I was coming towards you guys. And
Yeah, it was. That was rough, man. That fight, especially in that fight that we had against that wolf, Scruffy, myself, and Clockwork. Oh my god, man, we died so much.
Yeah, he kind of messed you guys up, man. You should not have taken him into that mission straight off the bat. You should have taken him into one of the easier missions.
Yeah, well,
mission.
trial by fire, bitch. So anyway, so yeah, $30. Just be mindful. That's all.
Yeah.
Understand what you're watching. All right, and then the last thing, I'm not showing it, and this is gonna be very, very quick, but me and Scruffy have our soul has been completely devoured by Battlefield 2042.
Is the game good yet?
The game is good. Stop. Come on.
The game's been good.
It's yes, there is.
By good, do I mean is it still broken?
What?
It works, but it's not like completely. I don't know. It's still got its fair share of bugs, like any.
It
other
doesn't have as many
Battlefield
janks as Icarus.
That's for sure.
You know, there are issues, there are problems, but it's a completely enjoyable experience. And between myself and Scruffy, we have dumped probably close to, I would say, at least 600 hours in the game, coming close to 600.
I'll say it released. It's released and currently in about the same state that Rainbow Six Siege was in when it first fucking released.
Yeah, probably.
So it's
as long as you guys are enjoying it, that's all that matters. I just
Blast.
have
absolutely having a blast going T1.
The only problem I have with it is that I bought the game to play with you fuckers, and you don't ever fucking
we
let me know you're fucking playing.
Every fucking night. Literally.
Key Siege probably released in probably the worst state possible.
Go hammer your ting.
The issue with this game is that it is there's clearly something missing, like with a lot of stuff, and we talked about this with Battlefield. So again, we don't have to go back to this.
Features of previous Battlefields,
right?
Which they make up in some new features.
But the game is in a completely playable state. It's in a completely functioning state. It works 95% of the time, and it's a blast to play, man. You know, and that's I don't know, you know. So I don't
way better than Vanguard.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
100%.
Fucking way better than Vanguard. Way better than pretty much any COD game that's released in the last probably 2 years, 3 years. And honestly, it has launched better than any Battlefield game has ever launched. Like Battlefield notoriously launches fucking just unplayable.
How are the cheaters right now?
There's really not that many.
Yeah, you don't really run into many.
You don't encounter too many, and albeit this is kind of a diss on Battlefield. I watched a video. There was a popular cheat service that actually took their cheat engine down for Battlefield because it's a subscription-based cheat engine that people buy for some reason, but they took it down because people weren't buying it because people don't think it's worth it to cheat in that game. That's a win for Battlefield, I say.
Way to go! I
was about to say, Halo's had a massive influx of cheaters recently, so that game's.
It's also free to play, so you're gonna have, you're definitely gonna have that.
Yeah.
What I will say about the game, and I'm pretty sure that Scruffy and I have showed up on someone's fucking report list. Like I know for a fact that me and Scruffy have shown up on people's report list for how fucking
y'all being toxic.
No, for how we play that game. Like there are times where I know for a fact people are like, "There's no fucking way this dude has to be cheating. It's impossible. It's just not doable." Like there's just stuff that Scruffy and I just do that is just mind-boggling to people. So I'm just saying, before you fucking just say no because the reviews on Steam are complete shit, come watch me and Scruffy play the game. And honestly, like take a good
I'll say
stab at it.
people they just have sore eyes due to the fact that they've made changes and took out the class system and replaced it with these specialists.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, and they just don't want to admit it, so they're using every little inch of the game to, cause a ruckus pretty much and say it's trash.
I've heard a lot of people upset about the class system removal, but I've also heard a lot of people say, and I'm quoting here from somebody that I watch, the game is fucking broken, but I can't stop playing it.
That's pretty fair. The game is broken, but
there's bugs. Last night was fucking headache ridden, bro.
it's crazy because it's almost like you have nights full of bugs and then other nights it just works.
Yeah. And if you want the class system, they gave you Portal, man. Go play Portal. Go play it. Go play the class system. It's there.
And that's one thing that we need. I don't know if you guys have even looked at it or not, but apparently Portal's dying. Like people aren't actually playing it. I've read a couple of news articles saying that they're having trouble with actually getting.
That was my concern with them going with that kind of a system. Was it was going to make the player base choose. It was going to fragment them out. Do you play the base game? Do you play Portal? And there's not going to be enough of a player base to support all those functionalities.
I think come January updates and whatnot, I think they'll bring the player base back because they originally cut XP off from the Portal game modes and people were not happy. That was in effect of trying to get rid of XP lobbies. Yeah. Now they're bringing it back in still a way that it you don't get as much XP as the regular game mode, but you still get some. I think they're slowly getting into a balance between no XP lobbies but still be able to play Portal to advance.
Oh, that was one thing that on one of the articles that I had read that was one thing that they were blaming it on was the fact that the player base is saying that there's no reason to play Portal. You can't level up in it, so why fucking play it? And that's another one. I get why they did it with the XP lobbies and everything like that, and I understand why they wanted. It was an
immediate response to that,
But it was definitely a knee jerk response to it. And I think that they should have thought it through a little bit better.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to be crucial on that because you don't want people to go into XP lobbies and just blast through the game.
You also don't want to kill your fucking player base.
I understand that. I think there needed to be some sort of balance made a little sooner, but they're slowly getting back into opening it up. I think so. I hope people will go back to it.
XP is used for unlocking guns, unlocking, and it's not insane.
Unlocking guns and a few specialists, and then after
the main thing behind it, and Scruffy and I have hit this, and we kind of attest to it, is that everything that we have earned in this game, we have earned 100% honest and true. We've played Conquest mode. That's it. I mean, we dabbled in Portal, but we never it was games that didn't have any of the XP shit. It was all Battlefield 1942 stuff, but your T1 skins, we would go into a match and we'll see someone that's S rank 65, which is insanely high, and they'll have 9 guns tiered out, and we're okay, you most likely probably realistically did that in a fucking bot lobby.
I've seen some people legit, but for the most case you would think it's bot lobby.
Yeah, so it's more about bragging rights, whatever. I don't know. In my opinion, I think turn XP off. I honestly I don't think XP should be in Portal. But I'm probably one of those select few.
But then what's the reason for playing?
Yeah, because I
have some reason to play it still.
The reason I go to play it is because for me, the reason I don't go play Portal is because I want to play the real game. I want to play the actual game.
Exactly.
But when I'm done,
you've been wanting to level your character. You've been wanting to prestige.
Yeah,
that's why you're playing the normal game.
But at the same time, I will go and play not bot lobbies. I'll go and play Portal when I want to play 1942. I've gone back and played matches inside of Portal. I've just not done it on stream, but during my lunch break or whatever else, I'm oh, you know what? I want to boot up a game of 1942. I want to go play, Battlefield Bad Company.
Fair, though, to still give some XP. I don't think it should be as much as you get in base mode, but I think it should still be a substantial amount, so people can play Portal if they choose to.
It needs to be enough to make it worthwhile, because at that point you're essentially hamstringing yourself by not playing the base game.
Yeah.
If you want to progress in the base game and you still want to get those levels and everything like that, then by going in and playing Battlefield 1942, which is the game that I personally would rather play,
Yeah.
I
you're
mean,
fucking yourself over on the progression system on the front in the base
think-
game.
Honestly, I don't want to take us like off the Portal debate. I think the bigger issue is honestly Hazard Zone and the lack of incentive to play that game mode.
True. Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
There-
That's one thing that, like, when we first started playing the game, like, we played Hazard twice, and we fucking dropped it. And I think that's a travesty because I actually enjoyed.
I
those two
loved
times
Hazard
we played
Zone.
it.
I think it was fun as fuck.
It's
to
a
play.
great
But
game.
there's
I think it
but there's
works.
no reason to play it.
No incentive. The only incentive is literally player cards, and that's who wants to do that, you know?
Yeah. I
So-
mean, so to wrap all of this up, I think EA and DICE and Criterion have all said, like, this is not going anywhere. Like, we are not dropping this. This is where Battlefield will live. They have said it multiple times. Post-launch, pre-launch, all of this stuff. Upwards to even yesterday, there was an announcement that came out about what kind of what they're
They
looking
wanna-
with. And
They
so,
want to do like a metaverse instead
right,
of
which
Battlefield,
I
and
think
this
is
where it
in
started.
my opinion, I think is a fucking phenomenal idea. I think you want to bring back Portal, you want Portal to fucking thrive. Go in there and say all of 1942 is open, all of fucking Vietnam is open, everything from Battlefield is fucking open. Go in, give them server browsers, give everybody what they which is a travesty they don't have that. You should have fucking server
it is.
browsers. Like, give them server browsers, give us the ability to completely go in there and mess with the maps and do all that kind of shit. And I tell you right now, Portal will fucking shoot through the roof. Like,
I will say what they need is, if they bring back those game modes, they need to bring back the advancement in those games as well that the
Think so
original
as well.
games had.
Yeah.
I
That's
think-
that might be one way to
Incentive.
actually fix it.
Yeah,
is to
incentive
give
to play those
incentive
games
for
that they
that.
liked, they loved so much. I think,
Yeah.
bring the advancement that those games had, and boom, people play it, because you're pretty much then getting all those games in one game.
Yep. All right, we've spent enough time, and we've got 25 minutes to get through topics and news. All right, so Brime time, baby. It's Brime time. Brime is a real fucking thing.
I don't think we really need to talk a ton about this.
We don't need to talk a
this
ton
is-
about it, but it's
Yeah.
it's an actual thing. Scruffy.
There's people streaming on it.
There are people
There's some
streaming on
people
it.
watching it.
Wait, no, there's not. There's more than 5 right now.
There's 13.
If you want to go and find a stream where a guy is DJing to music that is all
Dude,
pre-recorded,
that guy is wild.
and it's not real, and it's all pre-recorded. We literally
There's
we were able
there's
to
7.
Hey,
Bill.
I don't know, man.
huh?
Eat your heart out, Bill. There's 7.
7.
I'm just saying, man, the send-in's going Brime time, baby. That's what we're doing. We're gonna be a Brime time.
Say I take full bragging rights that I showed the guy who is in charge of Brime right now, Psycho Salad.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations. I don't. All right.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you.
We are actually actively pursuing trying to get him on the show to be able to actually talk about Brime because I want to, whether he's gonna be on the show or not, I want to talk to him. I want to dig in because there's a lot of things on there that are really fucking weird. There is no you cannot see what resolution the game is streaming at. You can't change the resolution. There's no transcoding. There's no nothing. And I'm pretty sure that these guys make fun of me. I went on there. I streamed at 1440p at 144 frames at 120,000 bit rate. So somebody's server somewhere was fucking on fire whenever I showed up and went on
Yeah,
there.
he's not gonna come and talk to me because he's gonna realize that you're the one that fucked Brime servers the other day.
So
They're just burning in his fucking house, in the back room of his house, and he's over there like, what's going on?
but it works. I mean, Brime is a real thing. Brime.tv. Go take a look at it if you really want. It was a joke, and now it's real. It's out there. I don't know. I mean, hey, do what you want, but good luck trying to.
I don't think it was really a joke to him.
No.
I think it was a joke to us, but
No,
I think he
I
had
know-
every
I think
intention
it
of
was a
fucking making
meme
Hold
that
on.
literally everybody manifested.
You need to
became
understand
real.
something. So the guy, one of my past coworkers, at Streamlabs, knew the guy that started the original Brime. Watch Brime was 100% a meme. It was 100% whether you want to call it a scam or whatever else. all of the projections, all the stuff, all the numbers that they showed was completely fake. He knew the guy because the guy was a viewer of his. And then that guy sold it to, I guess, these new owners that have actually turned it into something. So Brime
I,
wouldn't.
I, I think I think all the watch and registered users and watch projections are
That's
currently
all
fake
fucking
on this
bullshit.
one too.
That's
but-
all fake shit too, man. They're saying that. What was it? What did we see?
It said
get this-
19,000 people. Or something
Live,
like
live, Bill.
19,041 registered users. I'm like,
No. 19,000
Streamers,
live channels. Live channels is what they've said. In what was it? Like it was like 30 days or some shit?
Yeah, something like that.
How you like them numbers, Bill? So yeah. Brime is a real thing. Go check it out if you want to be a Brime streamer, brime.tv.
I just made my account.
Yeah, go at least go
actually.
secure your account over there.
Go Brimers in chat.
Oh man, it's some sketch shit, man. It's
I honestly don't mind the look of it. I think the look's pretty
Either
neat. There's definitely, like you said, there's no resolution. There's no it's missing some very basic features.
Lacking. It's
But-
minimalistic. It's nice, but it's also, to me, it's still lacking.
well, the thing that I am where I'm like, get this fucking shit off my computer. I want out. Like, is that you can't find anything about like, hey, how do I link this shit up? Like, what OBS ingest server do I use? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, you have to use SRT, which is groundbreaking. SRT is, secure, reliable transport, super fucking groundbreaking when it comes to like quality and things like that. That's the only way that I've figured out how to do it. I tried to ask somebody that's streaming on Brime that uses OBS, and they're like, yeah, no, I use just OBS and I don't use SRT. But I'm like, well, what do you use? Never got an answer. Like, never got an answer. Could not get an answer from anybody. Still don't know an answer. And we're pretty sure that they are in bed with Streamlabs. And if that's the case, they can fuck right off. So,
Ooh.
yep.
Okay.
So
Moving on.
That's Brime. PS2 guys. No, PS2. Fuck. PlayStation 5 at CES announced their new headset, virtually basically a PSVR 2. Looks really good. Honestly, like I looked at the specs of it. Along with that, off the back of it, Oculus or Meta announced the Meta Quest 3, Meta Pro 3 as well, or Quest Elite or something like that.
And these are going to be the first ones that you can 100% not have like linked to like Facebook or anything like that. They're going to be completely independent, right?
Correct. Yep. Which you can actually do with your current ones. You just have to basically go in and reset the software for them. It wipes everything, but the problem is that if you do that, any of your purchases you made are fucked. They're gone. So
I was gonna say, isn't there was something about that, like
no, it was if you got banned off Facebook, it basically bricked your unit. So but anyway, PS2, PS2, PSVR 2, they announced it. The specs on it look really good. It's not index, but you're talking about 110 degree field of view, which is really nice, 120 refresh rates. They are bringing in controllers that are going to actually register your fingers, which is awesome. I think that should be kind of standard. You're looking at a 20,000 by 2040 resolution per eye at 1001 PPI. Again, like that's huge considering the last one was a 1080p resolution with only 386 PPI. So again, and what a lot of people don't understand with VR is that the higher the resolution, the higher the PPI per lens, the less nausea you're going to have, the less motion sickness you're going to get, and also the longer that you can play it without eye strain. So, I don't think PlayStation really used their VR capability before to their full extent. I hope that they do something cool with this. So,
I think they will. I think you're going to see a big boom in VR in the next year or two. I think we're kind of like on that cusp of a huge breakthrough. Because like Quest, I think Meta just released their haptic gloves. The gloves
those things are crazy looking, bro.
Yeah, it's
They're
crazy.
nutty.
So we're getting closer and closer to Ready Player One, but you're also getting the fucking Meta verse that's owned by Facebook.
Nope. Absolutely not. All right, absolutely not. That's for another show. We can talk about that. We don't have enough time. Anything else you guys want to bring up? Bill, are you excited about it? I mean, you're a PlayStation owner.
I don't own a VR yet, and it's giving between this and the new Quest stuff. I have to make a decision.
I like that there's options. That's
Is
Yeah.
is the PlayStation VR2, is that wireless?
I had to go and look. Let me see. I know that
So if it's not wireless, then obviously the Quest, the new Quest stuff is going to be far superior. If you ask me.
wireless, you mean in a sense like you don't need the console? Is that what you're
No,
talking about?
like wireless, like you can direct connect to your console without any wires.
Oh, no.
Because
doubt
like
it.
the Quest, you can direct connect to your PC without any wires. It's glitchy right now. It's a little laggy, but they're working on it.
Well, the cool thing about the one thing I will say about this is that this will be compatible with Steam games.
Yeah, the current PlayStation VR is compatible with Steam games
Oh, okay.
as well.
I'm not seeing anything about being wireless. Let me see.
Gotcha.
New Sense controllers.
I mean, it's not a deal breaker, but it is one of those things that's like, if they're gonna push the boundaries of VR, I think that's the next step, right? Is to have a fully functional wireless peripheral
Yeah.
that can still play games.
the is it the Quest that has like the Quest Home, like
Yeah.
Yes.
and that you can like model your like living space?
Yes.
Yep.
See like to me, I think that's sweet. I don't know if this has anything
Yeah.
like
Well,
that.
the problem is, and like I said, we're not going to go into it, and I don't really want to go too much into it. The problem with that is what Meta specifically is doing with this metaverse. All of this stuff is like they're literally right now selling real estate in the metaverse. Like,
Yeah.
it's again, we'll have to talk about it on the show because that's gonna go way too long. Like, there's a lot of problems with that. Like, it's a great concept, and you're right, it's a phenomenal idea. It's in the wrong person's hands. Is the issue with it. So, yeah.
Sure, more stuff will come out on that too.
Pokemon Legends 13. Pokemon Legends. There was a gameplay that came out. This is Legends Arceus, I think, is the name of the game, if I'm not
The
mistaken.
one that looks like doo-doo.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is just not.
Yeah.
It's. I need to. Here, you guys are gonna. The camera's gonna screw up here for a second. Hold on. Here we go. I just want to give you guys what it looks like. You guys can see it. This is coming from Game Rant, by the way. This is the gameplay preview, and this part is actually coming from Nintendo. So the game, man, I don't know. I'm not impressed at all with this.
Neither am I. The first time that I saw this, I think my first reaction was, this looks like a college graduate project that he literally went in and used Unreal Engine assets on the entire thing. Like, I will say that the like, we were talking about this before the podcast, like the Pokemon do look decent. Like, the Pokemon and the character look okay, but the terrain and the trees and the grass all just kind of look like stock assets.
Like, it's very bland too.
Yeah.
Now, environment.
So this launches on the
28th.
28th. Where am I? What am I hearing? Are you guys hearing?
That's on your end. Yeah.
I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know. Anyway, I
hope for what it lacks in visuals, it makes up in gameplay.
Yeah, it just
for a Pokemon game, this is the best looking Pokemon game yet, in my opinion.
This launches on the 28th, guys. This is coming out in 14 days, 2 weeks.
Maybe in this like model of open worldness, but I don't know. I think other Pokemon games have looked better. Like,
maybe
there was that other one that
Diamond or Shiny Diamond.
The sword and diamond or whatever, the sword and shield.
Oh, this looks way better than Sword and Shield.
No. What are you talking about?
Like, it's trying to be more realistic.
Pull up Sword and Shield right now.
Okay, well, just bear with me. I'll find it. Hold on.
There's no way, man. Like I remember watching Pokemon Sword and Shield and being like, that looks decent. Like that looks good.
I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be pretty decent.
Yeah, I think it looks like a fun game. I just a little underwhelmed with the environment.
I mean, it's Pokemon. It's not.
So this is Sword. Before anybody knows, this is Sword and Shield, and so that we can give proper credits. This is Zach Got Games. This is footage.
The world, the coloration might be just different. It's not as
100%. That looks a ton
poppy.
better. Like the ground doesn't just look like he just plastered it into fucking Unreal and went, okay, that's good.
Went for more of a realistic kind of take on this, and I think it doesn't fit the Pokemon universe.
What this looks like Breath of the Wild. Like this looks like the world looks like Breath of the Wild. Like they use that as the
they used a less fidelity rich Breath of the Wild.
And then this just looks very. Can I get to like moving it around and like there we go.
No, no. I think you're crazy, bro. I think Sword and Shield looks 10 times, 100 times better than what you're getting off that. Like, look at that.
I have to agree.
I just think the colors are more. There's more color saturation. That's really the only difference.
I don't think so.
Wait. Okay.
So, I don't know.
I will, Bill. I will contest that. I agree with you that I think that it's a different. Like if you take it. And the Pokemon, I think, look a lot better in this, and I think that the world.
I will agree with that.
That the world it's a different styling, but it's not just the coloration. Like there is, if I'm looking at
the Sword and Shield looks like a complete game. This game,
like, look,
the stuff that we've got so far with this looks like it's still inside the assets and they're still developing. I mean, like, it looks terrible.
Here's the great. Here we go. And again, we don't have to spend too long on this, but like. If I look at this, right, this house
that
right
comparison
here,
right there.
This house right here, right, comparable to this, they're two completely different art styles, which that you have to take into consideration.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think
literally the new one, right? The new one looks like it was done in 5 minutes and he just plopped down 5 fucking houses, right? And was like, okay, we'll call it good right there. And then the other one looks like it actually had time and detail put into it. And they were like, this is where this house goes. And then the path meanders this way. And then this is where this house goes. This one right here just looks like they terrain fucking edited. And we're just like, yeah, we'll call it good right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, even like looking at like
I think also the difference that you need to realize between the two is the one we're looking at right now, Sword and Shield. That path is the only place that you can go. The ability for you to actually like fully free roam.
Yeah, but I think they almost limited themselves because of how like dull and wastelandish this environment looks. Like I don't know if it's things aren't rendering and maybe there isn't enough rendering in the open world one, Legend or whatever. But I think you get enough what you see out of the linear one.
I still don't think that it being open world excuses a lack of anything in the world.
I also don't I don't think it looks garbage. I quite like it. That's maybe just me.
That's all you, man. Yeah, to me, again, I'm not a very big Pokemon fan in general, but my opinion on this has nothing to do with the fact that it's a Pokemon game. It has everything to do with the fact
that the gameplay makes up for it. For like, you might like it the way it looks. I hope the gameplay at least functions nicely and everything. From what it seems, it does. I'm excited for all the Pokemon fans for a new game like this. I think open world gives it a lot more.
But like watching her walk right here, right? Like watching her walk right here, there is nothing on the ground. There's no grass. There's no flowers. It's just texture of ground or dirt with texture of rock with texture of grass. And then you see like 1 or 2 blades on the left right there. In comparison to Sword and Shield, which had texture on top of grass, flowers, fidelity, actual trees.
No, this looks good.
Items inside of the.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to see the full version in 2 weeks. I don't know what they can fucking do in 2 weeks.
We'll see. This might have just been like an introductory or like a demo or like an old.
And see, I'm kind of in the boat that some of our chat members are saying, like Lincoln is saying. To me, and I grew up like it's like, okay, boomer, but I grew up with 2D Pokemon. And that was always the Pokemon that I'm like just fell in love with, and so 3D never really appealed to me.
Yeah.
But
I'm in that boat too, I think.
I mean, graphics aren't everything. The game, we need to see the gameplay, obviously, and see footage of it. This is not multiplayer though, right? This is just
it's a Switch game, right?
it is Switch, yeah.
Yeah. So there's not much they can do with a Switch game. Like you can't push it too terribly far, but
So maybe we don't get the full rendering and everything of what this game could be. I don't know.
no, not either.
I mean, it's
Not impressive.
yeah. Well, Bill, are you gonna be picking it up? Are you be playing it?
We'll probably get it. Bernie's a big Pokemon fan, so
nice.
we'll probably be.
I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for an open world, like because people have been asking for open world Pokemon, and Pokemon has been screaming. It just screams open world. You know what I mean? So, I think that there's a lot of cool elements that could be done in an open world setting. So,
I'm excited for whatever the multiplayer open world one was.
dude, I would love for them to bring honest to God, take Pokemon, and Nintendo would not do it, but to take Pokemon and just say we're fucking gonna go to PC and we're going to blow this shit up.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that.
Like, could you imagine what a Pokemon PC game would look like? Fuck, be crazy. All right. Well, that was Pokemon. Dr. Disrespect. You guys familiar with that person? You know who they are?
No, tell me about it.
Know the name?
Who's that?
No, little streamer. He's a
Little
little
streamer.
streamer.
Does he have anything to do
He
with
actually started as one of
Pokemon?
Bill's viewers. Bill taught him the ropes on YouTube, and he decided to start a stream.
It's actually Bill's son.
Yeah.
Whoa! Congrats, man! I didn't know.
Oh, Mr. Bill Disrespect, yeah. But Dr.
Took all my height.
Dr. Disrespect is a very large streamer. Everybody knows who he is. Very much into competitive gaming. He also some people don't know this, but he actually worked on Call of Duty and worked for Activision on Call of Duty games, doing map designs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We all knew this was kind of coming. It was just a matter of time before someone did it, whether it was Shroud, whether it was Ninja or whoever. But he launched his own gaming studio, Midnight Society. It's a AAA game studio. He's been pulling in Call of Duty veterans, Halo veterans. I think it's a brilliant move, man. I think
who's he backed by? Do we know?
It's himself.
Or is he just backing it himself?
It's himself. It's his money. He's putting it up.
Ballsy.
He's doing it all.
He's not being published by anybody.
Nope, it's his. Well, so published. Wow. We won't know published until he actually has a game.
I know he's not published by Activision because I know him and Activision.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if he self-publishes, honestly. He may do something with Epic, but I would be shocked if he does. But good on him, man. I fucking have at it. You know what I mean? Like, the guy's got chops. One thing, whether you like him or not, like, he knows his fucking shooters, and that's what he's making. He's making a PvP shooter. That's the whole thing. That's what they all talked about. So, yeah. Anyway, so
you think he'll have an Easter egg that'll tell us why he got banned off of Twitch?
Probably. There'll be something like some purple that you'll fucking blow up or some shit. Or purple building or some crap. Yeah, so that is those quick hits. Take-Two buys Zynga. Scruffy, we now know what Zynga is, right?
Yeah, I don't know why you really expected me to know what Zynga was.
Bro,
like,
I don't know why you expected him to know it either. I barely knew what it was.
Really?
Like, I faintly heard of the name before. I didn't.
I knew about it because of Farmville. That's the only reason why I knew about it.
Now I know it's Farmville, and that's mobile games.
Put them to work on fixing Red Dead Redemption 2's online.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Red Dead Redemption 2 to mobile.
Okay, well,
I guess might happen.
I guess that's another okay boomer moment for me. But yeah, Zynga, Farmville, like all your Facebook games, all of that kind of stuff. When Facebook first came out, Take-Two acquired them for the largest game purchase in history. $12.7 billion.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck.
So glad to see that all that money that could be making Red Dead Redemption Online better is going to such great use.
you're never getting rid of it. That's never
Glad to see it.
So
happy to see it.
Yep. So that's a thing. So Take-Two owns them. Stalker 2 got delayed to December. Just as a heads
Not
up.
surprising.
Yeah, no
That's a
surprise
fucking
there.
kick in the dick.
It's not surprising. I kind of
when was it? When was it slated? Wasn't it slated for February?
February, yeah.
Yeah.
That was never gonna happen. Never gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if they had to slow it down due to lack of NFT funding.
Probably.
yeah, maybe.
Probably.
But also too, like, they need to get out of December or out of February. Bro, February is already like too much.
Too heavy.
Too much.
Just because it has fucking Lost Ark coming out doesn't mean it's too heavy.
Bro. Lost Ark, Elden Ring. You've got Dying Light 2.
That's true. That's true.
And I know, what is it? Horizon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's like 6 games coming out in February. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, but none of those games were slated
Hey, go
for
log
the
in,
people that would
go
play
play
that
fucking
game.
hey, go tell me how your damn
None of those people playing what's it called? Fucking Bill's game that he
Stalker.
wants to play.
Elden
People
Ring.
playing Stalker are not going to play Elden Ring if Stalker comes out. They're going to be playing fucking Stalker.
I know that. I'm just saying it's not a good it's fine, it's delayed.
I agree. I agree with you. Yes, they needed to push it back.
Yes.
It was
not going to be ready. Rainbow Six Extraction gets day 1 on Game Pass. So
really,
that was an
yeah.
interesting choice. Are they also, because I know if you get the game, you get a decent amount of time where you can bring in a buddy to play it for free.
I don't know.
Oh.
I wasn't able to read the article enough or in depth enough on it as far as that. I just saw that it was going to Game Pass. So I'm good on them. I'm good on Ubisoft for doing that, because that game being full fucking price is crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah,
it's not full price anymore. What are you talking about?
$40, right?
40?
Yeah, $40.
Yeah,
I think that's still overpriced.
I think that's still a bit, but
it's good on them with Game Pass. Again, I think all games should go to
Yeah.
Game Pass. Fuck, Jesus Christ, Game Pass is a phenomenal deal. So,
Except you can't play it.
nope, can't do it. I can't play it. So I hate it. All right, guys, we did it. 12:30. That is our show. We got all the news covered. Everything is wrapped up in a ball. We will fire off. Do you guys have any questions, chat? If you have questions, post them up while we do our kind of final.
I forgot to ask questions.
Our final outros and all that kind of good stuff.
Has there been a price for the PSVR 2 yet?
No, they did not announce
imagine
pricing.
it'll probably be $299 like the last one will.
Yeah, they did not announce pricing.
What's the Quest right now?
Quest is
$299.
So it'll probably be similar, I'm sure, to compete.
But
I think the Quest Pro is going to be $499 though, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's or $399 at least. I don't think they've released an actual price for it. But
no, the PS what the Quest? Which one?
the Quest 2 Pro or the Quest 3 Pro.
It's not. It's not been. They have not announced pricing for it yet.
Yep.
On there. So
I guess we could answer this, me and Sin, maybe. What is the game you've ever been most addicted to? And I'm gonna say recently. Battlefield.
Battlefield is recently the game I've been the most addicted to.
The most recent.
Wait. Ever is WildStar. The game I was most addicted to ever was WildStar. I mean but recently is Battlefield. Enigma.
Final Fantasy 14.
Bill.
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls 2 specifically.
Nice.
Okay, let me ask you a question. I mean, fuck time at this point, but let me ask you a question. Dark Souls 2 is, we had a discussion with Tony and Tony's community, and it kind of came up there that Dark Souls 2 is the worst Dark Souls out of all of them. You agree or disagree?
I've had the most positive experiences from Dark Souls 2. Myself, I understand where people have issues with it. They were trying a lot of experimental things. Plus, that game got kind of stuck in development hell for a while, and it was a case of initially promising a lot of things, and they had to pull back quite a bit. The game is lucky that it's in as finished state of what it is. So
No Man's Sky kind of deal.
Given what it went through and where it ended up, it's still a very solid game, and I will still to this day say that it has the most build variety out of any of the Souls games, and it has the best PvP out of any of the Souls games.
Okay. 100. All right.
Cool.
I think that is it.
Episode 51 in the books.
Episode 51 is in the books. So we'll start and we'll go counterclockwise here. Bill, well, I guess technically Enigma. You got anything big plans coming up? Anything you're gonna be playing? Anything you're excited for?
Final Fantasy, actually being able to play Final Fantasy Endwalker, because we haven't been able to play it for a month because people are assholes and won't log out of the fucking queue.
Yeah, I'm still wanting. I'm wanting to get back into 14, and
You should be able to. It's getting better now. As
it
long as
getting
you log
better?
in,
Okay.
as long as you log in at a reasonable time or at a later time. But it's still got like.
Hey, it's still more of an
2,000
MMO than
queues.
fucking New World is.
The only
It's true.
time I really have to play it's like early morning. So
I mean, you should be able to get in early morning then. Honestly, these days, as long as you're in before like West Coast or East Coast prime time, which is like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, you should be able to get in with the.
good deal.
Any upcoming streams for you, Enigma?
Maybe back's feeling okay. We got a giant needle shoved in it the other day, so you know,
Nice, great.
Good deal.
always good time.
Bill,
Maybe.
what kind
Yes.
what kind of goodness you gonna spread on us during your streams? And when do you stream?
I've been streaming 9:30 a.m. Most days. Right now we're finishing up the Cinders mod weapon showcase, and then I am going to do my best to find the most accurate Bloodborne mod that I can find for Dark Souls 3 and play through that, because I wanna play Bloodborne, but on Dark Souls 3.
Just went out for a second.
All right.
Oh, and for me, excited about God of War. I'm gonna probably pick that up and play it.
And you're excited about Lost Ark because you admitted that to me, bitch.
No, that's not coming out.
It's lies.
We've been through.
He's been watching Sork videos, boys and girls.
I have been watching some review, bro. So Circle looks so good.
Yeah. Scruff, what about you, buddy?
No like plans as of recently, but I would like to announce that this year I made an impulsive kind of New Year's goal resolution to stream as much as I physically can within reason, to time and everything. So we are currently on a 13-day streak of streaming in a row. And
bud.
I just want to go up from there. My goal isn't to have like massive streaks of like streaming in constant days after days, but I want to still stream as many days out of this year that we can. And if streaks pop up like this, I think that's just pretty sweet. So
Awesome.
yeah, keep a lookout for all of these streams. They're coming.
Well, my goal was to go streaking on stream. So I plan on getting buck ass naked and streaking somewhere on stream.
You go to Brime.
Maybe I'll streak. Yeah, I'll streak right over to Brime, or I'll streak over to Scruffy's house. That's just
Question is, if you streak on Brime, will they actually ban you because they kind of need you?
There's no TOSs. I've not found one TOS.
Oh, that's a good point. Or what are they?
On Brime, so do whatever the fuck you want.
Wild West over there, man.
Yeah. So in mine, I am going to start God of War tomorrow. Super excited about that.
It's a good game. You guys will really have fun with it. I'm excited that you're getting your hands on it finally.
Yep. I've never played it, never watched it. Well, I've watched some of it, but not a lot of it. So I'm super excited to do that.
Send in the guy who watches every game 3x3 before he plays it. Wow.
Yeah, no, I never never watched it. I don't know. No, so, but gonna play it on the hardest difficulty, which I've heard. Really? Don't.
No, don't. You'll ruin your experience with it. You'll just have a bad time.
Really? Okay. Well, maybe
this is coming from somebody who likes hard difficulty games. It is not a fun hard mode. I would
Second
go
hardest, maybe.
Yeah, I would go second hardest.
Okay. Is it
See
one
how
of the,
that feels, and if it still feels too easy, mate? Because I think you can change the difficulty like in game, like without having to make a new save file. So
okay. I mean, I'm just excited because here's my privilege coming for a second. I get to blast this game at like max settings, and I'm super stoked. Well, get rich, bitch.
I got a 3090.
Fuck you! I paid for it, man. What do you want? I mean, it's not like I stole it. But yeah, so there's that, and then obviously Lost Ark. I am so stoked for Lost Ark, coming in February. So
I need to get an emote that says check your privilege or check your sin privilege or something like
yeah,
that.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Whenever
I'll
you start
give-
doing the
I'll-
whole, well, it's working fine on my PC, I'll just toss that.
Did I get that?
Right.
Oh god, I hate y'all. And, all right.
Out.
I pay for this right. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Episode 51 is in the books, guys. If you had to leave, make sure, or you want to catch it again, or re-listen to any parts of our show, or catch any of the other past shows that you may have missed over the past 3 years that apparently we've been doing this for, or 50 other episodes, go check out anchor.fm/prepatch podcast. Nailed it.
There you go.
And you can go and subscribe to whatever favorite podcast app you like to use. Or you can join us live. Again, we do this every other Thursday. So we'll see you in 2 weeks, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, right here across all of our channels. And if you're a game reviewer, do your fucking job, because that's what you're paid to do. So other than that, we are fucking out of here. Bye, guys.
Doses.
Bye.
Hasta luego.
Installation.